The administration, the city hall, the prefecture has the power of life or death over businesses. They just have to wake up in a bad mood to crush you like a cigarette butt.
Wait, that's crazy. It's a desert. Look at this, everything is closed.
And it's right here, at this exact spot, where they found a car burning, and the firefighters realized there was a person inside burning.
What I'm getting at with you here is the denial of a certain generation.
There truly was a before and after, honestly, in just 3 or 4 years.
So where are we now? Here?
Charras Avenue. Over there are the Albaltars, a nice market in the halls.
Yeah, very beautiful.
On the right, you have a drug dealing spot.
All right. The guy recognized me. The guy recognized me. The guy recognized me. They might come.
We just pointed it out.
Are we visiting?
Hey, the camera, the camera!
There you go, guys. We're just doing something. We're passing through. We're passing through.
To the Republic.
Guys.
Guys, leave us alone.
Hey, don't bring the camera back here!
No, we're leaving. We're leaving now.
We're going.
We're leaving, sir.
What's your channel, at least so we can watch the video?
It's Vincent Lapierre.
Lapierre?
I know!
Oh, who's Vincent the Rock? Oh, Vincent the Rock?
Calm down, Walla.
Come on, let's go, guys. Let's go. Do you want to step in? Do you want to step in?
Yeah, step in. We're going to step in.
Yes, step in.
Go ahead. What do you mean? Go ahead. We're going to...
Step in, yeah. Interview.
Here we are, it's us. What's up?
Here we are, guys.
Ozzy has to keep going non-stop, 24 hours a day. Come on.
Here we go.
Music, guys.
It's our place. If it's our place, it's our place.
Come on, guys.
Operation Clean Sweep. We're out of here.
Come on, guys.
This is our place.
Come on. Thank you very much. Oh, come on. Let's go. Move. Go ahead. Move. We need to leave. I'm used to it.
Oh yeah, I trust you.
The atmosphere is fitting with what I was told. Reality matched what was said.
Shall we do the same thing again at 8 o'clock?
No, at 8, that's it. We return naked. Did you see what happened? The street is hot. It's intense. It's their place. Anyway, they say it clearly. It's stated. It's their place. So, well, we were able to get through without any trouble.
It was close. I felt unwell. There wasn't aggression, but they began to get touchy, pushing and touching us. Yeah, it was close. Luckily, it's only 20 to 3 because you can't do that here at 8 o'clock.
No, honestly, I'm telling you, I'm used to it. But this time, when I saw that the guys recognized me, I thought things could get heated. Because you see, they were in a chill mood. Vincent Lapierre and all, but one person called him a fascist. That's it, man. We come out with nothing. We come out with nothing at all.
At 8, they come out with guns and shoot us like before. There have already been 2 deaths in the street. There have already been 2 people who got shot.
Let me remind you, we were in Clermont-Ferrand after all. What did you think about it?
They're really close and touchy, as you mentioned. Warm. It's warm. As someone from Clermont would say, they're warm. They're not afraid of contact.
Another thing, it happened fast. Suddenly we were surrounded.
Very quickly. Yeah, they got organized.
There were about 15 of them.
There were about 15 of them.
About 15 of them organized. I think the business is worth it.
They were only evicted 5 minutes before.
They were evicted just 5 minutes ago. We saw the police coming up the street 5 minutes earlier. So they reorganized themselves very quickly, actually.
We said it's fine, we can go down the street. The police parked right there.
Police lights flashed 2 minutes before we went down.
Actually, the police there, literally, they're completely useless. They're coming, the guys move aside, and then, as soon as the police leave, the guys come back.
It's a game of cat and mouse.
When we saw that the police had passed by, we took a look to see what was in the street. There was no one left, not a soul. It was empty. We told ourselves it was fine to go with Vincent.
The way is clear. No, it's not.
So you saw, it lasted 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, you saw how we were welcomed.
There is real civic vigilance on this street. It's incredible.
There's self-management. It's self-management.
Self-management, absolutely.
It's self-management. It's the future.
Except for the trafficking, there are no burglaries or other issues. You see, the neighborhood is safe.
I don't know if the camera will really capture the atmosphere, but it was intense. It was intense, really. It was intense. They were close.
They surrounded me.
Yes, they surrounded you, of course.
They surrounded me.
Yes, I know, I saw. It's tough dealing with this in France, especially at 2:30 p.m. It shouldn't exist, even at night, yet it does. Hey, honestly, guys, I wasn't expecting this. Not at this level.
It's still in line with what we think.
But yes. Now we're dealing with something concrete. Now we're dealing with something real.
But Vincent, we could have seen the same thing this morning, or at worst, at the Croix de Nérat. That's because we arrived too early this morning and didn't find the people working. We left them alone, but now we're returning to the Croix de Nérat.
Is it the same thing?
We enter, but don't leave.
No, honestly, there used to be several of us here. Now it's just you alone with your bag and AirPods.
But you get mugged? That happens regularly. The street has changed a lot, with many stores now closed. On the other hand, that have shut down.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of places are closed. That's how you know you're in France. You enter through a small door under the porch. In the courtyard center stood a small collegiate church. Magnificent. We're in the rain with a grey and low sky, and yet this church's black stone is sublime. Look, the bell tower, the one with the black volcanic stone from Auvergne. It's arcades. Wow! It's a basilica that's part of the Compostela pilgrimage route, a United Nations educational, scientific and cultural organization World Heritage Site, Notre-Dame-du-Port. Look, since it's raining, we'll shelter in the open church nearby. We found shelter in the basilica. Yeah, she's beautiful, she's beautiful. Come on, let's go down. This is the crypt. Look how beautiful it is.
So Port Street, a traditional street in Clermont-Ferrand with many old buildings, which is on the slope of the old volcano, since the cathedral is set on top of the old volcano, which marks the heart of the city. And Port Street, in part, is a very, very beautiful street that goes uphill. Like this. Everything is done in the spirit. The cobblestone ground, Volvic stone, Art Deco.
Art Deco, I see that.
Late 19th century, etc.
Wow, magnificent.
Have you been to Croix de Nérat?
Yes, this morning, yes.
I lived there for a year. I can tell you, it's quite a mess, you know? I witnessed the riots for Nail, a bus burning in the Haut Champ lot and trash cans set on fire on the tram tracks. Right in front of my eyes, just like that. And then nobody steps in, that's the thing, really. Sometimes there are even guys dealing at the bottom of the buildings and nobody says anything. People walk by, they look down, and it's just normal, you know? I've been here 5 years. In my first year, I thought it's just the city. And now, after 5 years, you can see the evolution, even the change in the population in Clermont-Ferrand. It's honestly a bit scary being the only white person on the tram or bus. Well, the only person speaking French. It's a bit intense.
And as a woman?
Oh no, but here it's catastrophic. We get approached regularly by the same people. I'm not going to describe a persona for you either. I think you have a pretty good idea. Even at 10 or 11 at night, we need a male friend to walk us home because it's too scary. A woman can't go out in a very short skirt or walk alone, especially after 8 or 9 at night. That's it. That's always the most common thing.
Is this happening all over Clermont-Ferrand or mainly in certain neighborhoods?
There are targeted neighborhoods, but let's say there are targeted neighborhoods, but at night it's everywhere. Walking around Place de Jaude, Clermont-Ferrand's main square, you might get approached. There have already been fights. Place de la Victoire is popular and beautiful, but stabbings happen occasionally. It's unsafe to walk anywhere. There are rougher neighborhoods like Saint-Jacques, La Gautière, Croix de Nérat and Charras, where deaths have occurred.
Charras, we were there just a while ago, yeah.
As a woman, it's not just Charras, La Gautière or Croix de Nérat, it's all over Clermont-Ferrand.
It's tough.
Yes, you know, we're lucky, we're women, so we can walk around with pepper spray in our bag. But it's almost becoming mandatory, actually. Even then, we're insulted, but not by the French. Once, a veiled woman called me a W-H-O-R-E because I was returning from the gym in shorts and a sports bra. Apparently, that's not allowed in France, you see. I told my mom, once I finish my studies, I'm leaving, I'm getting out of here. I don't want to stay here anymore. It's really too scary. Ideally, I would go to Switzerland. But really, I'm leaving this city, this rotten city. It's really too scary. There's too much insecurity, really. Nothing is going right. So, no, it's no longer possible to stay here. It's really not possible. If you want a future, if you want to be safe, Clermont is not the place to build it.
Someone else recognized me.
So, well, even so, it's the people who shot on the tram, who shot on the buses. They don't know how to behave, really. And even when we walk around during the day, there are a lot of homeless people, really, a lot. You might be asked for change to go to the youth hostel up to 4 times a day, showing a real problem in the city. The mayor cares more about doing his little projects than protecting his people. That's serious. So, well, after that, we just deal with it. We don't really have a choice. Anyway, that's what I want to tell you. Well, my parents, they're not from here. They come. They say to me, "Are you sure we're in Clermont right now?"
Where are they from?
They're from Corrèze, where things are relaxed. Visiting Clermont-Ferrand is a bit of a shock for them. So, well, after that, it's up to us to adapt. That's the worst part, actually. It's up to us to adapt in our own country.
It's the city's medallion showing it's Pascal's city.
Come on, the medallion of Blaise Pascal. Okay, there are some all over the city.
Yeah, everywhere we walk, we'll find some.
Wow, damn, this fountain is beautiful, huh? And it's made of black stone too. Incredible, guys. There's a dealing spot in the back over there, we can see them. It's supposedly a dealing spot, I trust my colleagues. Apparently it's a dealing spot in the back, they're on the lookout. And there, the city hall is right there with the flag visible. The dealing spot is just 150 meters away in a straight line. Okay, well that sets the tone, doesn't it?
So they've noticed us.
Obviously.
There you go, the town hall is right there. You see?
All right, the town hall, which is beautiful, also made of black stone, right? City hall. I like this style. Look how beautiful that town hall is. Impressive.
Normally, in the corner of the town hall there,
Yeah.
3 or 4 lookouts stand in front.
Oh yeah? Is it really that bad?
Yeah.
It reminds me of Brest, where you have trafficking under the city hall, literally. And here, so it's the same actually. Normally here.
They hang out here, sometimes even sitting in a chair.
Oh yeah?
Oh, yes, yes.
Here, they're watching there.
Yes, yes, yes.
At the corner of the town hall.
Ah, yes, yes, yes. At the corner of the town hall, yes.
It's actually Cuckland. The left in France is incredible. And there, look. Look at this marvel. Thomas? Look, be amazed. Before this beautiful, sublime cathedral, the French people recognizes the supreme being and the immortality of the soul. But that's a phrase from Robespierre? That's a phrase from Robespierre.
No.
100% sure, 100%. That was put there by Robespierre during the French Revolution.
It was a religious and civic cult formed in France in the early 1790s. Especially during the 1794 festivals.
But of course, it's Robespierre himself. I'm not even saying it's the French Revolution. I'm telling you, it's Robespierre, Maximilien.
It's Uncle Max.
When he was on the Committee of Public Safety.
Yeah, Mélenchon's favorite.
No, he was a deist and actually opposed the anti-Catholics, saying, "You're going to make people hate the revolution? I swear."
Ah, okay.
Sure, but you need to understand the subtleties of French history.
I always saw Robespierre as very much a Freemason.
Yeah, but that's incompatible.
Okay.
You know, the Freemasons, they have a spirituality.
Yeah, but it's a spirituality where man becomes God.
Him, actually, he's a Rousseauist. Robespierre, he's a Rousseauist, he's not. Actually, above all, he's a Rousseauist.
Okay.
And Rousseau, he's a god, but not the Catholic god, just a god.
Yeah, he's the great architect, you know.
He's the supreme being, he's the supreme being. It's beautiful. Let your work help others appreciate France's beauty. Built by our ancestors, Thomas. Yours as well as mine. Wow, I love it. The guys, they thought, let's really impress them. That's what they said to themselves. By building this cathedral. Honestly, it rivals Rouen Cathedral. For me, I really like this style. Friends, this is the Notre-Dame de l'Assomption Cathedral, the seat of the Archdiocese of Clermont-Ferrand. It overlooks the central hill of Clermont-Ferrand. It is at the top of the central hill of Clermont-Ferrand. It is made entirely of volvic lava stone. That's what gives it this unique anthracite shade. It's even nicknamed the Black Cathedral. Twin bell towers, about 96 meters tall, highlight its striking silhouette in the Clermont sky. Construction began in 1248. The architect Jean Deschamps was entrusted with its construction. But it took a very long time to be built, to the point that The portal and spires were finished in 1866 and 1902 by Eugène Viollet-le-Duc, supported by Napoleon III. It is classified as a historical monument. Nicknamed the Black Cathedral as early as 1862, it is built on a crypt. Do you know where Bayette Tower is? It's one of the 4 towers. Pascal conducted experiments there. It's the sole surviving original tower. This cathedral majestically combines Gothic architecture, sumptuous volcanic material, a 1,000-year-old history, and a continuous practice up until the 19th century. It combines visual splendor and historical depth. A monument you absolutely must see if you're passing through Auvergne, celebrating French domestic tourism. Explore France's cities. There's much to see. What a wonder. It's crazy, but look at that, Thomas. There are some guys though, at the time, so almost 1,000 years ago, who paid guys to make little statues like this, you see, to spend, let's say, 3 months making a magnificent entrance. They invested in that, showing they valued beauty. That's what I see in this cathedral. Now, it's no longer the case. Now, we build low-income housing, square, bland things. Projects like that are rare, but some still exist. But it's so rare compared to that vibrant era. Look, there's a guy. How long did it take him to make that statue? Look, how long did it take him to make that guy? A week? A month? Look at Christ there in the middle. There was a guy 2 centuries ago, 500 years, 800 years ago. He was paid to do that. You can clearly see the street when you exit the cathedral. You can clearly see this busy commercial street, full of life, full of joy. Yeah, it's beautiful.
And over there you have Urbain II.
There you have Urbain II, yeah.
Urbain II, a French pope from Clermont-Ferrand, which Pope first called for the crusade. We are in the 12th century before the construction of the cathedral here. On this square, it was the Western world that would rise up against those who were preventing pilgrims from going to Jerusalem. This was where it was first called. Clermont-Ferrand made history in France on several occasions. First of all, Vercingetorix. He defeated the Romans at Gergovia. He defeated Caesar at Gergovia. That was in Clermont-Ferrand, nearby, just a few kilometers from here. 1,000 years later, Urban II united Christian Europe to oppose the Ottoman Empire. Blaise Pascal from Clermont would foreshadow the Enlightenment with his thoughts, his philosophy, his mathematics, his science. And finally, Edouard Michelin would launch the industry that would make the world roll on his tubeless tires, which was a revolution at the time. Clermont-Ferrand has impacted France's history, which has in turn influenced world history 4 times. But the 5th time, I doubt that'll happen soon.
We don't know. That's why we're here.
That's where we look for the future Edouard Michelin or Vercingetorix. Maybe history will repeat itself like that.
Honestly, it's a beautiful city. I really like this black stone, this volcanic stone there. And look, it's beautiful, this place. It's beautiful. How are things going here in Clermont-Ferrand?
I have no idea. I'm just passing through on vacation.
And how do you find the city then?
It's beautiful. Honestly, people seem really nice at first glance.
What do you think of this cathedral?
Magnificent. It's my first time seeing it, and honestly, it's magnificent.
It's a marvel.
It's wonderful. Honestly, I love it. The greatness, everything.
The color, the black color.
The color too, I've never seen one before. Honestly, it's indescribable. Once inside, I was amazed.
Do you believe in God?
It's complicated to say. I believe in something greater, but being able to say it for sure, that's complicated, okay?
Of course.
I'm not sure. It's still unclear. I think you have to believe in something to move forward.
That's true, isn't it?
Yes. Because believing in something gives you support, well, something to help us.
And what about France in all this?
Oh, there. What do you mean by that?
Do you feel French?
Yes, completely. I was born here, feel French and love France. Despite everything that can happen here, you know, I love France.
You love France, just like that?
Ah, yes.
And what does it mean to love France?
To love the products, local ones, the landscape, the architecture, everything you can do there, you know, appreciate. And for you, that means loving France, right?
To love France is to love the Republic. No, I'm kidding. No, to love France is obviously to love your country very deeply. To love what you see around you, what you feel around you, and also what you hear. The music, also loving the smell of nature after the rain.
That's it.
It's about engaging every sense. It's about loving how you feel in France, loving its history and language. Loving this culture, loving our ancestors, what they built. For me, loving France is... that's it.
What's true is that at the same time we're seeing a tremendous rise in insecurity and assaults in Clermont-Ferrand. There's the Inspire plan, which is a €500 million project over 80 years, which will put the city in debt for 80 years, to redo construction work everywhere. It's a kind of Haussmann-style project on the scale of Clermont-Ferrand, which means that all the downtown businesses are kind of left hanging during this time. And there's construction all over the city. The streets end up being one way from morning till night. Shopkeepers are exhausted and can't work anymore, leaving us unsure of what to do, which creates a sense of insecurity. At the same time, the city isn't at all ready to handle this, because it's in the middle of construction and going through major changes.
Over 80 years, has the city gone into debt?
Yes, already. It's a little bit according to people like Locke. Democracy is when you vote, the taxes you pay. So here, we're committing so that future generations pay taxes they didn't vote for. So, in a way, it was no longer democracy. When you pay a tax that was decided by those before you, there's a little problem. Clermont residents will pay for this project for 80 years, so it better look great.
But what kind of project is it overall?
The city councillors tell you what we want is to do like Hidalgo. So we're going to have bike lanes, tramway tracks, things like that. It's a city designed to be modern. Now, will it work? We'll see. Look over here. I don't want to just bash it, that's easy. I'd rather stay a bit distant. The construction impacts everyone, but well, Paris, it was Haussmann, 30 years of construction. It affected everyone. But today it's magnificent, you see. We can't predict what it will be. It could be magnificent. Or it might be bad and we'll redo it in 15 years. And so we'll have loans. Pay for the work that's already been redone. It's possible. I can't predict the future. I don't have a crystal ball.
We already know what happened in Paris, Lyon and Grenoble.
The Hidalgo plan? We saw how it turned out in Paris, Lyon, Bordeaux and Grenoble. Major infrastructure policies have also benefited cities. Now, is Clermont's problem its urban planning, or is it more about reindustrialization? Attracting talent? I don't know. That's the role of political strategists. Hello?
I just don't want to be on camera. Me, you see, I'd really like to speak up. My perspective will be very different from what you might hear.
Yeah.
Because there are realities in what you're saying. I don't really respect your ideas. We live in total insecurity today. Me, I'm a practicing Muslim. A practicing Muslim today doesn't want to see everything that's happening in France and so on. You see, practicing Muslims today, in fact, today's France, we don't recognize ourselves in it. Unfortunately, most people lack understanding of the situation. You travel a lot, so you have a unique perspective. What bothers me about the far right is that they mix everything up. Me, I'm Muslim, I'm French of French origin. You see, I'm a convert, I'm 100% French from both my parents. But I absolutely don't agree with what's happening. It's catastrophic. You see, in the neighborhoods, there's insecurity. I don't want my mother attacked when she walks outside, so there's a fight to be fought. But it's not disconnecting Muslims, Arabs, whites on one side, you see what I mean? Unfortunately, that's kind of how we feel watching your videos. Even though I see that you try to be fair, but then, of course, you redirect things because that's your job, But what I mean is that there's a fight we need to take on together. A practicing Muslim today doesn't want to see any crap. He doesn't want to see chaos in the neighborhoods. There are parents who don't want to go out anymore. They're afraid. Is that normal? No, it's not normal. Drugs are everywhere. That's not normal. The authorities, they know what's going on. They're waiting for 8 burned bodies before acting. Is that normal? No, it's not. But the message I'd like you to get across is that today, France is multicultural, it's multi-religious. The craziness of the leftists and the right-wingers, I put them all in the same bag. A right-wing extremist, a left-wing extremist, to me, it's the same crap. You see, it's all in the same bag. And actually, we need to try to bring things together and tell ourselves that we need to have common ground. You see, it's extremely important today. I think that's the only message to get across,
Afterwards, I'll tell you, I talked to a lot of people, and there's something about the French. Some dare to say it, others don't. What bothers them isn't just delinquency, but that Islam is gaining influence in France. As if we were asking Algerians and they didn't agree with the fact that Christianity... Imagine millions of Christians moving to Algeria and Algerians saying they're scared and don't want their country to change. Do you consider that extremist rhetoric? To say France is changing too fast and we're an old Catholic country.
I understand.
You see, it's not actually a question of racism.
I told you I'm a convert. I come from a Christian family practicing Catholics. I was baptized myself. I went through a Catholic education, you see, so I practiced religion in my childhood. I converted after careful thought. It wasn't because I had a friend named Karim or Mohammed. I converted alone in Aurillac in the mountains. It's a spiritual journey. It's an encounter with God.
Through the internet too, through the internet.
No, not just through the internet, because this might surprise you. The moment I decided to convert to Islam was when I went to do the mini pilgrimage to Lourdes. I'll let you imagine. You said something interesting, and I think your question holds the answer. That's it, it's going too fast. But actually, it's the world we live in today that's going too fast. So everything is going too fast. So yes, maybe Islam is moving too fast for this country, but actually, it's going in the direction of history. There's already more and more immigration. That's a fact, you see?
No, but it's not inevitable. Some countries require a clean record, proof of funds, and a work contract to enter.
Why mix Islam with all that? Islam isn't the Maghreb. I didn't convert to Maghrebism, and I want people to understand that. Many French people feel the same. I converted to Islam, not Maghrebism. Culturally, I neither eat couscous nor wear a djellaba. You see?
It's true. I can attest to that.
That's the kind of talk people avoid. And that's why I myself argue with a lot of Maghrebis who tell me, yeah, but your talk is strange. Are you telling me you're converted? Yes, but I don't follow Maghrebism. I practice Islam. I pray when I wake up, and before bed I follow my religious pillars, but I'm not Maghrebi. Today, the Maghreb has a very strong influence in France, just like Mexico has a very strong influence in the United States. And so, naturally, culturally, they bring their culture with them. People say, we don't have our own culture anymore. But honestly, most French patriots today don't even know their own country. My father served in the Foreign Legion, and my family is in the military with cousins in the gendarmerie. I check all the boxes, which annoys people since I don't share most extremist views. We need more nuance. You see...
Did I change what you said? Did I steer you in any direction?
No, but...
I'll let you say whatever you want.
What did I say? Journalists today are almost like psychologists. There you go, he lets it happen. But people, unfortunately, they have a message that's not watered down, you see? And then, often, on top of that, they speak with emotion, sometimes maybe even a bit of hate, but I can understand that, you know? When you hear someone say, I swear on the Quran, I'm going to... Wait, does that make me, as a Muslim, happy? I just feel like grabbing him and giving him a big slap. Even about that, there's a lot to say. Of course, there's a lot to say. That's why I said your argument isn't completely unrealistic, but it could use more nuance. You must sit at the right tables and talk to the right people.
Yeah, but I'm out on the street. I see everyone. That's good. You'll do your best.
But I'd be happy to go with you. Did you see those extremist gauchos who yell at you and come over and take you aside and so on? I'll tell him myself, listen, my friend, I'm Muslim. You're not going to touch him because I'll stand in your way. You see? I'd be the first to defend you because we're in France. I think what you have to say is important, but you need to bring some nuance.
Well, there you go. You were able to say what you wanted.
Yeah, but it won't be enough. It's a drop in the ocean. My speech, it's just a drop in the ocean. So yes, you'll tell me I did my part, I contributed my share.
But is your message truly widespread in the Muslim community? If you're an exception, that's tough.
No, I don't think I'm an exception. I have many people like that around me, and I'm not just saying it because you're here. I'm only around people like that. Me, a Frenchman from father to son, with a father who fought for France in the Foreign Legion, who saw things you can't even imagine, who defended the colors of France. Do you think I want to see my wife get attacked? No, I'd die for that. Me, that's not a problem. I'd give my soul for that, you see? And I find that sad.
Is your wife at risk of assault?
Yeah, of course.
And by whom?
Of course. People lacking nuance, driven by their own narrative and desires, unfortunately fueled by a lot of hate. And I think what fills us today is hate. And then there are a lot of factors that, you see, I told you we'd have to talk for 3 hours to really understand.
It's not hate, it's...
Yes, it is.
No, there are very few, what is it? Honestly, I talk to a lot of people and there are very few hateful people. I'm telling you, that's the logic, it's the people. They care about their culture, roots and past.
But no, they don't know their culture. I'm French, that's my view, and you don't have to share it. But for me, France is about rural life above all. For me, so yes, there's the capital, there are the big cities, there's what we've made of it, but France is, it's about cultivating its land. Of course, there's the cultural aspect, but it's the same thing. What is the role of religion, especially Christianity in France today? I wouldn't mind if Christianity returned. Now, that's a matter for the state. It doesn't concern us. We're not responsible for the state's decision to compartmentalize Christianity. Like, you understand what I said, right? You'd be shocked to learn who my family is in Christianity, I swear. I've eaten with people, with priests, with people with whom I was able to talk at length about my conversion and so on. They don't talk like those so-called patriots. If you ask them for a verse from the Bible, they don't know it. These people claim to be patriots and want Christianity to return, but they're unfamiliar with their own faith. Did you know women are veiled in Christianity?
Not all of them.
No.
Not all of them. But the nuns, yes.
According to your practice. But I can bring you verses and evidence, you know. What I liked about Islam is that we only speak with proof. You see, it's important. There's still a methodology in learning and so on. And you see, in Christianity, normally...
Christianity doesn't require women to wear veils. Christ never said to veil your women or face damnation.
We can discuss this privately. I can show you evidence to the contrary. But what I mean, without going on and on about it, is that, you see, most French patriots who claim to be Christian, well, if you ask them to quote a verse, they don't have it. What is their daily religious practice? They don't have it. And why are the churches empty? These are the real questions, you see.
I don't even think they're attached. Some of them are. No, but some of them are obviously attached to Christianity, but not all of them. Actually, most everyday French people, native French people, what they see is the country they once knew, Gaulian from the 50s, 60s, 70s, which is radically changing, and they don't like it.
Yeah.
As in any country undergoing radical change. It's simple. It's very simple, actually.
Listen, I'm going to make a point of being impactful in what I'm about to say. But you know the people down below? You know what they're looking for? It's bread and water. Most of those shouting there, believe me, just want a slightly bigger budget. Strangely, there will be fewer mouths opening. The conclusion is that today I am asking the French to put things into perspective between Islam, a Muslim, a practicing believer, and the mess that's happening, a practicing Muslim today. He doesn't want to see France's mess or come home to a building that smells like urine or weed. A Muslim doesn't want that. He doesn't want it. So I would like people to make the effort to separate those things. Because it hurts me. As a Frenchman and a convert, it hurts me to see that my country doesn't respect my religion. I am 100% French and 100% Muslim, and I don't want anyone to take those identities away from me. What's happening in Clermont today is catastrophic. When you see burned bodies, it's catastrophic. When you see guys dealing drugs, it's catastrophic. Get up in the morning, go to work, and don't bother us.
Those are true words. Don't generalize. Be more nuanced and precise in analyzing facts. It's individuals who cause problems, not communities. It's all well and good to say that. If the community can't solve the problem itself, is it up to the other community to solve it? Here we find in the logic of Benjamin Constant, who claimed all interactions between individuals are moral. Everything is physical with the masses. And when you consider a mass, morality no longer takes part. We're dealing with physical relationships and interactions. Friends or enemies, we must be there or we won't be. There's no more question of subtlety and nuance. You can have nuance with anyone, even with your enemy in war. But as soon as armies clash and individuals become masses, there's no more nuance. It's kind or mean, it's yes or no, it's binary.
Yes, of course.
We reach the moment of binarity. That's terrible, as it's a moment of great crashes.
Of great shocks, yeah.
Great shocks of culture and civilization. That's my analysis, that's my hypothesis.
I enjoy philosophizing in the street, that's what I like.
I think that's where we think best. The guy comes up with things instantly. It just comes to him. Careful, I'm Muslim. It's funny, his sentences contain answers to our problems. And there is neither happiness nor unhappiness. But when he points out the lack of spirituality in France, I think he's absolutely right.
Morgana, where are we?
So here, we're just in front of my bar, which got a 6-month administrative closure for so-called nighttime disturbance, disturbing public order, even though the bar meets all current regulations. I've never had assaults, fight, or any police intervention. Simply, I'm unlucky to live next to the wrong neighbor who knows the right people.
Yes. Who is that neighbor?
It's the neighbor. I'm not going to show where he is, but the idea is it's the neighbor who wrote to the deputies, who wrote to the senators, who put pressure on the prefect. Pressure, certainly on the mayor. And since the mayor doesn't care at all about the shopkeepers, clearly, otherwise I think it would show. Well, I was shut down in a completely unfair and arbitrary way.
Why was that neighbor against you?
Why was that neighbor against me? I don't know. He officially believes it's unbearable and noisy outside, with people in cars parking. In short, the reasons were unbelievable, but he had strong support from the prefecture.
And unofficially, what's the real reason?
Unofficially, we'll never know, but obviously. Personally, I have ideas that don't match his. While my institution is a place where we party with a lot of kindness, which brings a certain kind of pleasure to those who visit it.
So you have a bar?
Yes.
You're seen as someone on the right. You're seen as someone on the right, though it's more complicated. And so your neighbor, who's on the left,
put pressure on the left-wing officials
to have your business shut down?
So that I would be shut down. Today, the only explanation for a 6-month sanction on a bar with no drug trafficking, police issues, fines, warnings, and fully up to code is unclear. My bar nightclub is being shut down for purely political reasons. So there you have it. My employees are out of work. Employees who are fully supportive and just learning this. It reinforces that image and mindset, highlighting how little this city cares about its business owners. Ideology comes first in Clermont-Ferrand. They really want to be whiter than white.
There was still a petition against your bar?
Yes, there's a petition against my bar with 12 people.
Is that true?
12 people.
Did you make a counter petition?
Which gathered 1,200 people in 3 days. I can't be more compliant than I already am. I absolutely comply with all the rules I'm asked to follow. Still, they gave me a 6-month closure. So to get by, we created a petition, held a protest at the prefecture, and soon will request a hierarchical appeal to the ministers of the interior. But well, it's not simple, it's taking a long time. We took steps at the administrative court, which has barely opened the case. We launched a small fundraiser on our site to help us get by. Because if we lose the lease, we lose the business and the bar disappears. Since it's a bar club, it's a bar that only exists to work at night. No coffee machine, no scratch-off games. It's a barracuda made for partying. Here, yes, the situation is dangerous because in France, the presumption of innocence. Judicial laxity applies to everything that is personal and criminal. But on the other hand, when it's administrative, when you're a business, they have the power of life and death over you. And that you must not forget. And before starting a business in France, you must not forget that. The state administration, city hall, and prefecture control your business's fate. They can ruin you just by waking up in a bad mood, like crushing a cigarette. I learned that the hard way. I believed in justice, but not for entrepreneurs. There's justice for a guy who throws rocks at a cop, throws a Molotov cocktail. They'll ask where he's from. If it's really him, his fingerprints, his signature on the bottle, if he bought it himself and no one forced him. As a business, you claim to have a store, but you're not truly what you say. They don't even reply to registered letters. The prefecture, a malice, a bad faith that justice will eventually recognize. But justice is slow while the economy moves very fast. A place that has never known the slightest. No assault, no problems, never a stabbing. Everyone says it's a popular friendly bar where people have fun. We're reopening in December. We will thank everyone who supported us morally and those who helped financially. And we will end up winning and proving that we are really a bar nightclub that keeps people going until the early morning with kindness.
And in calmness.
And in calmness. In a calm atmosphere. Yeah.
That's incredible what you're telling me.
3 employees out of work.
3 employees out of work, but...
Out of work with a partner who is completely deprived of income. But then complete silence from the city hall. They couldn't care less. It hurts because running a business like this requires meeting many requirements. You learn trades like carpentry, plastering, locksmithing, electricity, and plumbing. And a guy in an office paid for by your taxes just stops your life like that with a stroke of a pen. And there's nothing to stop him. But we still found the traces of their malice. And with the Portejois law firm from Clermont-Ferrand, which is a very well-known firm that offered us its help, we filed a criminal complaint for fraud in judgment, and that's going to hurt them. I think that when we start to get a little sleep again, it's them who are going to start having insomnia. Yes, because the administration isn't there to crush the citizens. It's there to find solutions, to help people get along. Okay, you have a nightclub next door. Do you think that's not normal? Can we add another security person? Is the limiter set correctly? There's much to check. No, they preferred to clearly abuse rights. That's 6 months of closure for a bar that doesn't even have any drug trafficking, who hasn't even sold a gas canister, that has never even had a fine for disturbing the peace at night, or what? It's unheard of.
Especially when you see everything around.
When you see everything around.
When you see all we allowed.
When you see everything we let happen. Yeah.
It drives you crazy.
Yeah, it drives you crazy, yeah. Especially since on top of that, the street has some interesting features, especially the Hôtel de Bordeaux. Don't try to get a room at the Hôtel de Bordeaux. You can't. It's not possible. The Hôtel de Bordeaux is for department guests. The department pays 50 to 80 euros. It's quite opaque for each person. Migrant who finds themselves in the Puy de Dôme, they receive food, shelter, and clean clothes here. 2 to 4 per room, and we're the ones who pay for it. And the hotel, for its part, has found a good way to be full all the time. What's funny is that during the renovations, a young used to come see us regularly. A muscular guy from Guinea-Conakry, really nice. He offered help, said he didn't want us to work, but we refused. It's going to be complicated to hire a guy here. And then one day he told us, but I know how to do this, I know how to do that. And we said, well, listen, we can have you work. He said, call my social worker. We called and explained the situation. This young man seems interesting and has construction experience. He proved he knows what he's doing. Can we give him a fixed-term employment contract as a construction laborer? And the lady said to me, but sir, are you out of your mind? I asked why, but this gentleman is 16. We're sure he's at least 25 years old, you see? But no, he was 16 years old. We hired him for a 2-week internship, and he works impressively well for a 16-year-old. And the rest of the time, he's at school with other young people who are 16, 17 years old, just like his classmates. And out of all the guys at that hotel, he's the only one who offered us help. And he was impeccable. A wonderful boy who today, I believe, has been hired as an apprentice in a company. Today, he turns 17 in France. He will work until he's 65, but in reality, he might be 72 or 73 years old. Who knows? So, in a way, maybe France has found a unique way to push back the retirement age. They are modern-day slaves.
But now the Bordeaux hotel is full of migrants, actually, right?
Migrants, and we found out they're unaccompanied minors, but it's not obvious when you see them.
I saw 2 go by, but nothing stood out. The Barracuda story is incredible, but sadly not surprising in France.
One of the great quotes from Pascal, a saying you often hear and that I find extraordinary is, man is neither angel nor beast. Trying to act like an angel often leads to acting like a beast. It's essentially the same as the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Same idea. And I think it's magical. Because all the people who are going to try to do good, doing good means constantly striving to surpass each other in kindness. Trying to act like an angel often leads to chaos, as they end up behaving like a beast.
Because we didn't come here to be violent.
You came here to work.
There are a lot of people for whom money won't be enough. They need something else.
At first, when I converted, my mother was scared.
The bourgeoisie has created so much confusion that, for example, at City Hall, this will make you laugh. They think there are communists at City Hall, for example. But it's Orwell.